If you're in pain for any reason, it can be very difficult to exercise, and thus it's very easy to become weak over time. Thankfully, there is a way to get stronger without aggravating pain for most people, and in today's video, I'm going to reveal what that way is and how you can do it at home. If you don't know who I am, my name is Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties specialist physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today I'm going to be revealing one easy way that you can use at home to get strong even if you're in pain. Now, before I show you the tip for today, I just want to let you know that this is not going to be suitable for everyone. Make sure you get checked out by your doctor before you give it a try, just to check it's suitable for you. And if it causes you any more pain, just avoid it. Anyway, let's have a look at the tips now. The secret to getting strong even if you have pain is to use a type of exercise called isometrics. Now, isometrics are a type of muscle contraction that occurs without any movement. So I'll give you an example here. Let's have a look at my bicep here, which is my muscle in my arm. If I go like this, push down with this hand and up with this hand, I'll show you from this angle, that is an isometric contraction of this bicep because I'm contracting the muscle, but no movement is happening. Now, why am I showing you isometrics? Well, there's some evidence that isometrics are actually really good at reducing pain for certain injuries, particularly things to do with tendons. The other thing is that isometrics have been shown to increase muscle strength even though not much movement is happening, which means that you're not running as much risk of aggravating an existing problem when you do isometrics as opposed to more dynamic exercises. So when people first come to see me for a painful problem, I often start them off with an isometric exercise just because they're very well tolerated, they don't take much time, you can feel the muscle working, and they increase strength without aggravating the problem. So I'm going to show you 4 different isometrics for different parts of the body just to give you an idea of how they work. Hopefully these will be relevant for you. The first isometric exercise we're going to do is the wall sit. And this is perfect for people who have hip and knee pain but still want to strengthen their legs. It strengthens your quads and your glutes. All you need to do this is a wall. So find a wall and lean against it like this. You've got your bottom and your shoulders resting against it. And you want your feet probably about 18 inches away from the wall, depending how tall you are. So you're going to take your feet to about shoulder width apart. As if you're about to do a squat, you're just going to slowly go down, but we're only going to go down 4 to 6 inches like this, particularly if you've already got quite bad knees. Now all we're going to do without using our hands is just hold that position steady. And it won't be long before you start to feel your quads and possibly your glutes having to work quite hard to keep you in that position. And hopefully this won't be aggravating your knees. Now, if you don't like dynamic exercises because they cause pain over time, but your knees tolerate this position pretty well, you can go down further. That is going to make it harder. And what you'll find is the muscle has to contract harder to hold you there. Now, with these isometrics, what I usually recommend to people is they hold them for a minimum of 10 seconds. Try and work up to 30 seconds for each of these positions. And if you can do 5 reps in a row, that would be a fantastic place to start. You should feel that the muscle has had a pretty good workout by the end of those 5 reps of 30 seconds each. So it's only a couple of minutes worth of work, but it's well worth it to build that strength up. So that's the wall sit. Let's move on to the next isometric. The next isometric we're going to talk about is the bicep curl. And this is a very easy exercise for most people, coming up and back down. But if you have elbow or shoulder pain, the bicep curl can become quite painful. But many people still want to work their arms, so I'm going to show you how to do this in an isometric way so it doesn't aggravate the problems. So we're still going to use a weight for this exercise because it's probably the best way to do it. I'm going to use 7 kilograms here. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use our good hand just to put our hand into the right position on the arm that we're working. So the right position is going to be about a 90-degree angle at the elbow. And all we're going to do is turn our palm upwards and then support that weight and hold it there. So my muscle here is having to contract to hold the weight there. I'm not allowing any movement to happen. And even though this started off quite easy, after 10, 15 seconds, you can start to feel that muscle having to work quite hard to hold it there. You can really feel the tendon standing out here as well, which is a good thing because it means it's going to make not just the muscle but the tendon stronger as well. Now with isometrics, you're going to get more out of it the more you put into it. And what I mean by that is we really want to try and focus the contraction on that muscle. Intentionality here is key. If we don't pay any attention to what muscles are working, we're going to work the wrong parts of the body and we're not going to get the maximum benefit for the target muscle. So really focus your attention on that muscle there, keep it contracted, and then once you can't do any more, you can use your other hand to allow it down, or for an added bonus point, you're going to go down as slowly as you can back to the start position if you can tolerate it without aggravating the problem. Now again with this isometric, you're going to start off at about 10 seconds, work your way up to 30 seconds. 5 in a row is a great way to get started, and you'll feel a real muscle burn afterwards after those sets. Before we go any further, I just want to tell you about 3-Tip Friday. 3-Tip Friday is my weekly email that I send out to my list, and it features 3 of the most interesting things I've found that week. It could be a health tip, it could be a piece of research I'm reading, or it could be a new tool that I've found to be really useful for helping people get more mobile. It's totally free. I just send it out once a week. There's no annoying promos inside, and you can sign up for it by going down below this video and entering your email in the 3-Tip Friday link. The next thing we're going to do here is an isometric for the chest muscles. Now, many of the people I meet in the clinic can't do chest strengthening exercises because their shoulders hurt too much, so they just don't do anything for the upper body. But there's a much better way to come at the problem, and that is to do an isometric to reduce the pain and build strength at the same time. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to find a wall and you're going to make a fist with the hand that's going to be worked. Now I'm going to put my fist directly on the wall, but if you find that quite painful, you can put a flannel or a towel between your fist and the wall because we're going to be pushing forward. We're going to face the wall like this, keeping a 90-degree angle at the elbow. We're going to keep our elbow almost touching our side, but just a little bit in front. And then keeping our core nice and tight, so pulling the tummy button in, you're going to push forward with your fist as if you're trying to punch through the wall. So you can see here my shoulder and my chest have had to switch on in order to allow me to do that. And I'm just going to keep pushing, holding that position, not allowing myself to be pushed back away from the wall. And then after 10 or 15 seconds, I'm going to relax. And then I'm going to have a couple of seconds break, and then I'm going to go straight back in and do it again. So we're not taking long breaks between these repetitions. We want that muscle to get fatigued without pain happening. So if we take too long of a break, it's going to take longer to get that fatigue, and it will take longer for us to get stronger. So after doing that for a while, I can really start to feel that working in there. And if I had a shoulder problem, I could do that quite safely, usually without aggravating it. So that's a great way to build strength at the front of the shoulder and the chest if you've got a dodgy shoulder and you can't move it very well. The next exercise we're going to do is similar, but it works a completely different part of the shoulder, but it's brilliant for people with problems in their upper body, which means they can't move their arms very well. So this is called the lateral isometric. It's one of my favorite exercises to give to people with shoulder problems. And basically all we need to do again is find a wall, and this time we're going to stand sideways onto the wall with the arm to be worked next to the wall like this. You're going to take the back of this hand and just place it against the wall slightly in front of you like this. So I'm 30 degrees in front and probably 30 degrees out to the side. I'm going to keep a nice posture upright like this, keep my chin tucked in and my neck relaxed, and then push my arm, the back of my hand, against the wall by squeezing my shoulder muscles. So I'm forcing my hand against the wall like this, keeping a nice stable posture. I'm trying to push as hard as I can without losing that good posture. Hold for 10 or 15 seconds and relax. And then repeat again. So have a couple of seconds, then go straight back into it. So push again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax, and keep repeating 5 times over in total. Come back to that a couple of times a day if you found it useful, and that will build stronger shoulders for you without you having to cause pain to the joint. So that's how to get strong even if you're in pain right now. I hope this video has been useful for you. If it has, do drop a comment below and just let us know how you got on. And if you want to get more from me, there's loads more tips and exercises in my book. It's called Thriving Beyond 50, and you can find it on Amazon using the link below. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time, and I'll speak to you on the next video.